Good morning, everybody. So this is my daily vlog. Not really a vlog, but I'm gonna try to go live every day just to show up on this platform more. Y'all, this is a lot for me to go live. Like, I am an introvert and an extrovert. Introvert. How you say it, y'all? Somebody tell me how to say it. Introvert, extrovert. Anyways, like, I really don't like to go live, and I don't like people in on my personal life, but I'm gonna start doing better and start going live more just to show up on a platform, just to give people the authentic me, because I would like to connect with more people. So yeah, I find it on this app and a lot of these apps, basically, if you don't show up and use all their functions, then you will just get lost. So I just want to jump in and say hey to you guys. Today is Sunday, of course, so it's kind of more of a relaxed day. I went to bed really, really late last night. Not last night, 4 a.m. this morning, because I was still filming and editing an audition. I'm preparing for a launch on Mother's Day. So yeah, I was up kind of late. So I just want to come in and just chill with you guys. Let me know who's here, where you're from, if you're following me or not. If not, go ahead and follow or subscribe, depending on what platform you're watching this on. So I'm just having a quick breakfast, grits, some strawberries, coffee, and tea. My son is outside spray painting some toys for school tomorrow, so he's entertained. And I'm just sitting here looking outside. This is my view from the house, from my kitchen. This is my little aloe vera plant. Her name is Roxy. Basically, this is my morning view. Let me take you guys outside. This is his little project he's doing now. But this is my morning view. It just finished raining, so I didn't sit outside, because of course the lawn chairs are wet. So I'm just watching from my kitchen window. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing right now. So, yeah, today I have house chores. This is my coffee bar, y'all. If y'all follow me on YouTube, I did a video on this coffee bar, and I also linked all the products. So yeah, this is my Chef Man espresso machine, y'all. This machine gives me life. I'm gonna give y'all a quick demo of the machine. I also have a Keurig machine when I want coffee really quick, when I can't wait for my espresso machine. But I can give you guys a quick demo if you want. Let me know in the comment section below if you want me to do a quick demo. But yeah, if you don't, I'll just talk about it. So you can make several different kinds of coffee. I don't know if you guys can still see. Oh, you want one? Okay, I'm gonna do a demo for you. Let me kind of zoom in a little, maybe. All right, so this is where I keep my breads and bagels at. This cute little thing I got from Marshall's. That's where I keep the bread and bagels. This is where I keep creamer or anything that has to stay cold. Is like a mini fridge. I have cream right here. I have jelly here for your toast or your bagels. I also have a toaster right here. I found these really cool stirrers at Walmart. And Marshalls. They're really super cute to stir your coffee with. And I got some plastic ones too, because for one thing, when I buy those plastic cutlery sets, who else don't use the knives in the cutlery sets? So I actually save those knives to stir my coffee. My hands are clean, sorry. So I don't use sugar in my coffee, but just for anyone who visits, this is the sugar. This is equal for anyone who wants equal. I'll keep that there. Yeah, and under here, some matcha powder for anyone who wants matcha when they come. And this is where I keep the extra coffee at. I got these little things from Marshalls. Let's see if I can zoom in. Marshalls, I believe. So I basically, you could just write on it what it is. You can wipe it off. Yeah, I got this from, Marshalls. I got this from Amazon. I also got these little signs. I don't know if you can see it. I got all of those from Amazon. Amazon. And let me give you a quick, super quick demo of it. Let me see if I can zoom in a little more. All right, so see, let me give you a good. Let me know if you can see it really well. If not, I can zoom in more. So let me go get. Let me get. Okay, so it comes with this little. This is for the frother. I keep it in the refrigerator. This mini fridge, sometimes it doesn't keep it as cold as I want it to be. If you have this mini fridge, then you know, like it'll keep your stuff cool, but it's not going to keep it like really cold. So I keep this in the refrigerator. This is almond milk in here right now because my boyfriend just used it not too long ago. But I use organic oat milk in my coffee, and I also put honey in my coffee for sweetener. Oh, my grit's getting cold. Anyway, so this is how it works. So basically, let me know if you can see it. So basically, you put it inside here, like that. For aesthetics, let me get a glass cup. So I got these little glasses right here from Amazon as well. The link is in my bio at my storefront if you want any of these coffee bar items. So yeah, in a normal case, this would be right here, right? Right here, if you have a standard size, really small cup. But since most of my cups are a little big, I'll remove that. Right? So this comes with 2 sizes of coffee. You can get a cup of coffee or you can get 2 cups of coffee out of this. Right? This is the size difference. And so I normally make 1 cup of coffee. So I'm basically going to, this is the little, I have no idea what this is called. But yeah, so you basically put it in here like this, right? And if you want 1 cup, you put this in like that, right? So we're gonna use this one right here. And so basically, it comes with this little scoop as well for you to scoop it up. And this part is for you to press it down, right? So I come and choose the coffee I want. Espresso is one of my faves, and caramel is my fave, as you can see. Maple pecan and caramel basically is the 2 faves in the house. I just filled up the vanilla. I don't want to spill, but I have this little scoop. I lied, these things came from TJ Maxx. I'm sorry, they came from TJ Maxx. They were $4.99. TJ Maxx and Marshalls and Ross is 3 of my favorite stores for very cheap items. So yeah, I take this little scoop and I don't go too ham on it, and I fill it up, right? And then I push it down with this, just to make sure it's packed down, right? And so after you do that, you take it, and it's a little, a lock. You can see a lock right here, and you can see an unlock right here, so you know. So I kind of take it, and just because I'm on live, it's not going to do what I want to do. So yeah, trust me, it's much more easier when I'm not on live. Anyway, so I'm going to take it right here. And it's a little groove that you can feel right here. You know when it go in, because you'll feel the groove go up. And then, why won't you let it be great on live with these people? Okay, there it is. So this is unlock and this is lock. So you'll know when it's locked because you can kind of feel it. And when I first got this, I kind of screwed up several times, because when this isn't locked properly, the coffee will come out all over the place. So again, you go in like this, and then you'll feel a groove. You see how it went up? And then you turn it, right? So to turn it on, it's actually in sleep mode right now. So you can make an espresso, you can make a cappuccino, you can make a latte. You can do a double shot, or you can do a single shot, or you can do a shot of froth. Let's see if you can see it close up. Let me see if you can see it. Yeah, this live camera is sucky, but anyway, you get it. So yeah, I found these little cute chocolate stirrers in Ross. If you want a little sweetener, I treat myself every now and then to this chocolate in my coffee. Anyway, let me get another scoop of my grits. So anyway, this is the frother, and it goes up and down, right, to fit whatever size coffee you have. Oh, is this the coffee cup I usually use? Okay, this is too big. Let me go get my other coffee cup. I got these little Starbucks cups from Ross. This was on sale during the holiday. I got these for like $7 a piece. Right here. So basically, so what I'm gonna do is, why are these cups not so yeah. So you're gonna put the frother down inside the cup. And then you're going to choose what you want, double latte or single latte, cappuccino or espresso. So I'm hoping you can see it, but so let's go with a double cappuccino. And that's it. This is where the water is at. This is where the water fills up at. You see, this is how much water I have in it. So yeah, when it finishes, it's really super, super, super easy to dismantle. And I'm going to show you quickly how to do that. So you want to make sure it's fully stopped. right? And what I normally do before I dismantle it is I'll turn it off. So you just turn it like this, right? And I have a little trash can right next to it. In the trash can, and then I basically wash this. And what I like about this is when you're washing it so it won't fall, you have this little handle right here, right? That clamps it in so you can kind of shake it out without dropping this out, you know? So yeah, that's what I like about this. And I keep everything near. So this is the coffee. Let me give you a quick look at it, if you can see it without me spilling it. No, I'm gonna spill that. So let's see. Let's see if you can see it. See, it has a little froth at the top. And like I said before, I add honey to my coffee and oat milk. And let me show you the honey I add to my coffee. This is the honey I add to my coffee. It comes in a little packs, the little minis. I put it in my coffee and my honey. Before I ran out, but this is what I was using in my coffee and tea at first. It's the West African medicinal honey. Antibacterial, antifungal, and immune boosting honey. This is what I was using at first. I ran out. I had 2 bottles of it, so I have to re-up on that. So after you finish with that, you don't let that milk sit there. So it's easy to pull it out like this and put back in the refrigerator. And it's super easy to clean. I have a little coffee sponge cleaner spoolie set on my Amazon front as well. The link is in my bio. I also have these little cuties, the clean metal straws, as well as that little straw in there. And I put this back in the refrigerator. Anyways, for anyone catching a replay, yeah, this is the coffee, which I made that for you guys. I wasted a cup of coffee because I already made me some coffee, but yeah, I took one for the team. Anyways, so yeah, I'm having breakfast. I'm getting full. I'm trying to eat something because yesterday I didn't eat much, which is not good. My son is spray painting his G Nikes, y'all. Y'all, my son is spray painting $100-something pair of G Nikes. Let me know in the comment section below if you have teenagers. See, if he had a job, he would not be spray painting those shoes. I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all, my son is spray painting some G Nikes. Let me show y'all what my son doing outside on this Sunday morning, wasting money. He is spray painting $100-something G Nikes. Son, You are literally spray painting your G-Nikes, right? This is my son Trey, y'all. He outside doing a DIY. He is spray painting his G-Nikes, y'all. Y'all see that? $100-something pair of shoes. He has 3 pair of these, so he decided to kind of do a DIY with it. Yes. Now he's spray police. Where's the goggles? Y'all, this is my patio set I have to get back together. Yeah. That's Sunday for us. Let me go back inside and finish eating my breakfast while my child spray painting. This is Roxy. I love my Roxy. This is an aloe vera plant. Roxy is at the spa right now. So yeah, if you're just joining, I just did a demo on my coffee bar. If you want to catch the live replay, you can. I also have all of the items on my coffee bar at my Amazon storefront. The link is in my bio. And I think I have demo videos on my storefront as well. I also did a full YouTube video on my, I just hit my knee, on my coffee bar, me putting it together. So if you want to see that, you can check that out on YouTube. I'm finally finishing my breakfast. You know, I'm tired. I went to bed. Y'all, look at these cute little coffee cups I got from Walmart as Mother's Day gifts. Isn't this cute? Y'all, go grab it at your local Walmart while they still have it, y'all. This was like $13.98. This one says you're the best. And this one doesn't say anything. I'm obsessed with Starbucks items. I found this for Christmas at Ross. And I grabbed it. Like, Starbucks is the only thing we working with over here. My Keurig machine, I have Folgers in it. Like, we could work with Folgers. But my coffee machine is just Starbucks. All of this is Starbucks. Let me tell you one thing. And I'm not affiliated with Starbucks. Once you taste Starbucks, you won't turn back. That's why it's so addictive. So yeah, I just had some grits, which I couldn't finish it. Now I'm about to have some strawberries. I got this little cup from Marshall's. It says Black History, Bright Future. It's really big. I actually eat out of it. I don't know if you guys are following me or not. I've been following my health journey. I recently lost about 12, 13 pounds due to, you know, I had to get in shape for my health. I have fibroids. And so for me, I was like, I want to shrink my fibroids. I want to shrink my fibroids because they have been giving me so many issues. They're the size of 2 grapefruits and little ones all around it. So it's like a lot. So I was like, okay, I want to get in better shape. I wanted to shrink. Like, you know, I want to get my health together because fibroids kind of feed off of unhealthy eating, stress, you know, just a lot of stuff. Like, most women have little bitty fibroids, but like they grow, you know, when, you know, you eat, you're not eating well, stress levels, the environment, what you're using on your skin. So I basically did 70% vegan life, clean, you know, beauty products and stuff like that. And I've been eating less than my suggested calorie count. So I've been doing that for about 6-7 months. So every day I eat about maybe 800 calories a day. But this is the thing. I am not starving myself. When I want to eat, I eat. I just eat little bitty portions throughout the day. And one of the main things that helped me is this is what I eat my dinner out of. I eat my dinner out of this. So quinoa rice is mostly at the bottom. Then my greens is like in the middle. I have more greens. Spinach, you know, whatever it is, you know, my greens, I put it next and I kind of fill it up the most, and then I put my protein on top. So if it fits in here, y'all be trying to smush it down. But yes, I eat my lunch, my dinner out of this. Most times I don't eat breakfast. And it's always been like that with me for breakfast. Like most times I don't eat breakfast. I'll just have a cup of coffee. And then for lunch, as you can see, I'll have oatmeal. And, you know, I don't put sugar in it. I'll just put honey in my oatmeal. Here lately, I have been putting blueberries in my oatmeal. I eat that. And snacks, I eat keto snacks. I'm not on a keto diet. But I like the little keto snacks. Some of them are cool, not all of them. But you have to be careful with low-fat and keto snacks, because sometimes they can still be full of sugar and stuff. So I have this little app called Yuka, and it lets you scan the products. So I scan my skincare, and it tells you how much % of it is good for you. Don't obsess over it, because at first I scanned everything in my beauty cabinet. I scanned food, and y'all, I had so much bad food and skincare. But I was like, you know what? Once I get through this batch, this was like how many months ago? 3 months into my journey. I was like, I'm not throwing a bunch of food away. Once it go, it go. Like my skincare, I did throw away a lot, makeup a lot, simply because I had it for a while anyway. So yeah, if there's something that, like the Yuka app, I'm not affiliated with them, but it tells you the percentage of the ingredients that's bad for you, and it also gives you a recommendation of what you can get instead. So that's what I've been doing, being intentional with buying my groceries and buying my skincare. Treadmill, I have a home gym, so I'll get on the treadmill and watch Netflix for an hour or so. 99 minutes to be exact, because my treadmill kicks me off at 99 minutes. So I'll get to say I lost connection. Oh well. Trying to stay active, drinking my water. I've been drinking a lot of water. I've been peeing all day, every day. And it didn't happen overnight, and the pounds just like shred off. Like it just shred off. So yeah, 12 pounds so far, still counting. But my fibroids didn't really change much. I'm 40 years old. So, you know, I was trying to really get that handled. But if I would have found out earlier, I think it would have made a big difference. But now my doctor suggested I get a hysterectomy. Yeah, so they're so big, they're pushing on my other organs, and they were causing issues, you know, pushing on my bladder, pushing on my colon. It was a lot going on with me a few months ago, but now that I got my health kind of managed, I know what I can eat to get me going. I know, you know, with foods, like most people are lactose intolerant and don't know it. I love me some cheese. You know, but I haven't had regular cheese in a good 6-7 months. The vegan cheese is disgusting. Just want to let you know that. Don't let vegans tell you that, oh, this is so amazing. There's a lot of vegan food that's disgusting. I don't force myself to eat that. I have a few vegan restaurants in New Orleans that I go to that I absolutely in love with. I try new vegan meals at home. You know, I don't make my family, you know, eat the, you know, low-fat, vegan, whatever, low-carb stuff. I basically work around it. Like, when they eat something, I kind of like do an alternative for me. Like, if they eat white rice, I'll just pop me some quinoa rice in. You know, the main thing is me getting my protein in. You know, you have to have protein when you're changing your diet. And I also do intermittent fasting. A lot. I try not to eat past 6 o'clock. And then I don't eat again until maybe almost 12 o'clock. Today, I know I need a meal because I had a lot going on. Like, when I know I have a lot going on during the day, I get something to eat ASAP. Like, I wake up, I start my day with something light, coffee. But I don't like, you know, doing a lot of activities without anything on my stomach, because you need that fuel. Listen to y'all. Sorry. That's what I don't like about lives, y'all. I'm not really a person for people to be in my comfort zone, but I know I have to do it, y'all. I'm from New Orleans, so you know, people in with new people and people in your business is just a lot, you know, because I have fears of, you know, I have a lot of fears, childhood trauma of somebody, you know, just coming in, just like doing stuff, you know, bad stuff to my family, you know, people watching me, like, you know, it's not very excessive, but it's just because when you're growing up in certain neighborhoods and you're seeing certain things, you know, and you grew up to be aware of your surroundings, you not trust everybody. When you become an adult, it becomes a paranoia, you know, even when you're in certain situations that you feel sick, you just get like a vibe. I get a lot of vibes when I'm places. I get a lot of vibes from people. So by me growing up in New Orleans is, you know, raised me to be really tough and aware of my surroundings. But what it also does is when you're safe, you know, you still paranoid. Like you think that, you know, you just don't trust people. So yeah, although I'm an adult now with 2 kids, raised 2 kids, you know, in my own home, alarm systems, cameras all over, I still feel not safe sometimes, simply because it's just where I grew up at. So like, I don't like doing lives. I don't, you know, but I know in order to connect with the audience, I have to do lives. You know, a lot of people connect with the person themselves and not just the brand. And I want to show up every single day, you know, just to show you guys that I'm human. I know you may see me, if you're following me on the feed, doing comedic stuff and like some brand stuff. You know, you don't really see the authentic me. One thing I can tell you is, like, I come on this app raw. Like, I don't wear makeup, you know, every time I show up on this app. I don't have time to get together before I come see you guys. So if you see me all did up, that's most likely because I had some brand content to film or an audition to film. But this is literally how I look on a Sunday. See, I'm just trying to show up every single day, y'all, because like I haven't found my tribe on this app yet. Like it's just crazy, you know, but it's like showing up, you know, showing interest in other people. So it's like I'm showing up, so let me show up every day in a daily vlog. Yesterday I showed up. I had to get ready with me for an audition. Today I'm just sitting down having breakfast, watching my son be a kid outside. I just did a demo on my coffee bar. I'm just relaxing. One of the things of, you know, keeping your health intact is stress-free, being stress-free. So I'm just relaxing. I'm trying to be stress-free. I'm trying not to worry. I'm trying to be, you know, my daughter's 21 in college and I worry about her all the time, but I know I raised her to be, you know, she's a really, really smart human being. I trust her intuitions, you know, I trust her decisions. So although my daughter is hours away, I talk to her all the time. So I try not to stress as much, but I worry for her and my son a lot. You know, my son is 16 and they are Black kids, you know, so like we weren't raised the same. You know, I was raised in New Orleans. I had to grow up really, really, really fast. You know, at 15 years old, I was catching a bus and a streetcar and walking, you know, to school. And I was in neighborhoods that I wasn't supposed to be in. And I had a job. My first summer job was at 14 at the Tremason in one of the roughest, you know, parts of town in New Orleans. Like, I worked there, you know, so like, you know, they didn't grow up like I did. And when I had children, I didn't want them to grow up like me. So I intentionally did things to not let them grow up like that. Like, when I had kids, like, all my money went into my living arrangement. Let me tell you, because, you know, they say, oh, you know, a certain percentage is supposed to go towards rent and certain no. Most of my money went towards my apartment, you know, when I had an apartment, because I wanted to feel safe. And then Hurricane Katrina happened. And then, you know, I moved to Lafayette, Louisiana. Well, I moved to California for a year. I was pregnant at the time, and then we came back home, and I settled in Lafayette, Louisiana. So my kids were raised in Lafayette, Louisiana for over 10 years, and it's a totally different experience than New Orleans. So everywhere you have your, your hoods and your issues or whatever, but like Lafayette was a perfect place to raise kids at. One thing I can say, my kids were kids in Lafayette. My kids played soccer. My kids played basketball. My kids were kids, And like I said, it wasn't perfect, but I definitely didn't have the worries I had in New Orleans about them. I just didn't have certain worries. I was still a mother, very protective, but I didn't have a lot of stresses and worries. And so I got laid off on my job 10 years into me working there. Actually, I worked in the oil field, not in the oil field, but, I worked in corporate, let's just say. And, I lost my job. I thought that job was, came back home, lost connection again. I came back home because New Orleans, one thing I can say about New Orleans, you could make money in New Orleans. You can make money in New Orleans. It's always a hustle site, not a hustle illegal, but it's always money. So I moved back home because I got back into acting, and I just had so many passive income things going on. So I came back home, but I was driving Lyft and Uber, making really good money. I was having working in events as a brand ambassador. I started my own business, acting. I had literally 4 jobs going, right? 70 plus hours a week, wearing my poor little body out. So yeah, I know I jumped conversations, but yeah, so I did that for a while, and my body just was starting to say enough is enough. But I say that to say I know what I say to say. But when I first moved back home, my rent was $1,600. My rent was $1,600. But I felt I was in a safe space. It was the area, it was the apartment, it was all utilities paid, it was security, it was, the cabana, the pool house, the business office. It was just a lot of amenities, and I felt my kids were safe. So I spent that money for my kids to be safe. And so when I go to work, because I work so much, I can't be worried about my kids while I'm at work like that. Although I talk to them often, I still had cameras in my apartment. But because I'm a mother, who grew up in New Orleans, who grew up hearing, them shooting outside, them trying to break in your house while you're in there, your mother trying to protect you, and, you have to basically fight for your respect. That's the environment I came from. I came from an environment outside of my home. My mother, she was an amazing woman. She passed away in September. My mother was so humble. My mother, I didn't have a typical New Orleans mama. My mom was very humble, but, don't test her though. My auntie was the New Orleans mother. My auntie was the one where I get my street mode kind of from. My auntie don't play. My auntie don't play. I done seen my auntie handle up several times, behind respect, behind her kids, behind us. So I was, I grew up kind of being both my mother and my aunt. My aunt got them hands. I'm going to just say that. So, just watching my aunt, how she maneuvered, with helping raise us, and just being in the street, and just how to, earn your respect and get respect. You respect other people, and you make sure people respect you. So, I watched my auntie lay some hands, a few times. And, but growing up as a mother, I wanted my children to always feel safe. I didn't want to be in a situation where I had to let the street come out in me. I never, ever, ever wanted to be that person. So I didn't live in those areas where I knew. I grew up with people, mama jumping on me because I whipped their child, what. I grew up with straight grown women whamming up on me. When I was 15, 16, grown women in their 40s, 50s, coming down because their child couldn't handle these hands. That's New Orleans. New Orleans, a grown man will walk up to you and bat you in your face if you beating up on his girlfriend. That's New Orleans. So my kids were not raised like that. My kids weren't raised to fight their battles. My kids, I raised them to avoid as much as possible confrontation. You know, do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. Speak respectfully. Like, my kids don't even, like, I have my professional voice that I use when I go to work. This is my everyday voice. I'm not going to fake on, you know, this platform. My kids don't sound like they're from New Orleans. Like, when they were in Lafayette, they was like, no, you sound like you're white. And I'm like, listen, no. Don't let them kids tell you sound white because you speak in proper English. You sound like yourself. You speak perfect, you know, proper English. You don't speak white. So when my kids were younger, I just made sure they spoke correctly. Like, I wanted to teach them how to speak. Like, I had to take speech classes to speak properly. I couldn't just walk up a place. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm here to be whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. What's up? You know, baby, you know, this and that. I had to learn how to speak because I knew that the first impression was the last impression. So if you met me, you know, kind of like, as you see, ghetto. I think ghetto is glory. I think being ghetto is fabulous. It's a culture thing. So if you want to say ghetto, you can say ghetto. But, like, I like ghetto. It's a place you be ghetto. It's a place to be ghetto, and it's a place not to be ghetto. Because I could get ghetto. That's not a problem. You know, it's fun being ghetto at certain points. But, like, you can't, like, walk up in a room with business professionals. You can't walk in a bank. You can't walk to your child, go in your child's school. You can't go to the car dealership and be ghetto. It's not. But it's okay to be ghetto when the time is right. So yeah, I raised my kids to be human beings, speak up for themselves, let people know what's on your mind without being harsh. So my daughter, out of both of my children, like growing up, you know, I was 18 and pregnant. Right, 18. I got pregnant at 18. Had my own apartment, graduated from high school at 17. So I was still a young, hot-headed, girl when I got pregnant. But when my daughter came, she started going to, like, daycare and stuff. And I used to be like, don't let nobody hit you, Don't let nobody disrespect you, baby, right? And if they cuss you, you cuss them back. My baby was like, no, mama, no. My daughter humbled me. My daughter humbled me. My daughter humbled me. No, mama, that's not nice. No, mama, I don't want to hit them back. And I was like, why? But they mean to you. But they cuss at you. My daughter humbled me. So, ever since then, she's been taking care of me. Ever since then, my daughter, she's 21 now. She's taking care of me. She brings me back. Right? So, which is funny now that she's 21, I'm so much more level-headed, right? So it takes a lot to bother me now. I will brush a lot. People don't bother me. And so, like when my son came along, I had a different approach. I grew a little bit more, right? And he came 5 years after. And, he just came out so humble. He was a little boy. He did boy stuff, but never been in trouble. So I had really, really, really good kids. My kids never was outside fighting. My kids is just really, really good kids because I thought I'd been locked up before. I have been locked up before. Yeah. for something simple, hot-headed, just being flip at the mouth when you could have just humbled yourself and talked about it, but instead you had them cuffs put on you. So I had to be humbled, and you know what my mom did, rest her soul? She let me sit to get my thoughts together, to realize that this place, you're not built for this, right? So good thing I had good grades. I was in sports. I had people to speak up for me, you know, at school, that, you know, a lot of my past has been erased, you know, and a lot of people don't realize that, you know, you can rediscover yourself. You can be a brand new person. You just have to make the right choices. So, you know, and my kids, I tell them all the time my old stories of what I did wrong and what they should do. And they're like, I know, Mama, you say it all the time. Like, I give my children lectures. You know, I was blessed to meet their dad, and he stick around. You know, we're divorced now, but like, he's always been a dad. I've never had anybody to bounce and, you know, come and pounce on me and stick and move. And I've always been in long-term relationships. I was blessed to not have a father, you know, for my children that just didn't care. That's one thing. I grew up without a dad in the home. My brother doesn't know his dad. So, you know, and I eventually, you know, it wasn't that my dad didn't want to be there. It's like, you know, when you're young and you have babies, my mom and dad just couldn't co-parent correctly at the time. But they eventually, you know, when I got older and I was able to communicate with my dad on my own, you know, things got better. And my mom, she was forgiving. She forgave, and, you know, she cared about his well-being just as much as I did. So, but one thing, I didn't want my children to not have their father in their life, and me intentionally not have them in their lives. So when me and their dad divorced, I was like, one thing I'm not going to do, no matter what, is keep you from your kids. I'm not. No amount of money, no amount of court system, no amount of nobody going to keep these kids from you. You going to get these kids. You going to get these kids. You going to get them on your weekend. You going to get them for whatever. You know, no matter what these papers say, you're going to have them. So, you know, we've been through a lot. You know, we had to discover what being an adult was. So my kids grew up with both parents. Not in the same house, but they grew up with both parents. And they had, you know, grandparents and uncles. And they have a plethora of people who give them love and teach them how to be responsible adults. So my children never lacked anything. And that's a blessing, because coming from a broken home, my mother and father wasn't ever married. I was a baby when my mother and father split. So I didn't know what it looked like to have a man in the house. You know, my mother was remarried. I remember briefly about him, but it was toxic. So it's like I never had a good example of a man in the household. I didn't even know how to even like maneuver with a man in the household. So I pretty much been the man of my household for a while now. So I had to grow up, and I had to realize through other bad relationships, like, you know, to make better choices in men. And now I made a better choice in a man. My boyfriend is older than me, 13 years older than me. So I've learned to let a man be a man. Not to say know your place, but like I've learned how to, you know, basically let a man be a man. And you know, it's just a lot with that. So yeah, I know better, I do better, but I didn't grow up with a good example of a man in the household paying bills and doing this and doing that. So, you know, I just have been doing everything on my own. It took me a while to kind of like relax and let go and let a man, you know, do what he says he's going to do, and not just be like, I can't trust you. You know what? I'm going to do it myself. No, it's just like, if he want to, you let him. You know, but the relationship I'm in, I was friends with him a very long time. So that's a whole, you know, another story. Just not any man, you know. So yeah, my children were raised in Lafayette. We came back to New Orleans, my daughter, in high school. One thing about, you know, New Orleans, my children were raised in Lafayette, very good school system. And they were good kids and made good grades. But they were pretty much, you know, and in middle school and stuff like that, they excelled. When it came to high school with my daughter, you know, in Lafayette, was just like average, you know. And I'm not saying my daughter is average, but like it wasn't very easy because they level of teaching is so high in Lafayette. It's just like they're so up high. They're like, they was teaching Common Core in middle school. They teach those kids on levels on top of levels. So when my daughter came back to New Orleans, she excelled. She was the top of her class. And she's smart. But she and a handful of children were at the top of her class. My daughter had learned so much in Lafayette. So much. When she got to that school, she was like, Mom, this work is so easy. That's why I could never help my children with their homework, straight up. I went to New Orleans Public Schools. I could never help my kids with their homework. I was Googling to help my kids with their homework. I was getting a teacher's book just to help my kids with their homework. My daughter, her brother is 5 years under her. She helped him with his homework. Yeah. So my daughter was at the top of her class. Honor roll every semester. Honor roll. Full scholarship to college. Going to New Orleans Public Schools. I'm not saying she wouldn't have got it at Lafayette, but that's just to show you the level of education. My son in middle school had a teacher from Atlanta. She was teaching them 3 levels above the grade. She said, this is where y'all supposed to be at. The good thing about New Orleans is when you find a good dedicated teacher, if your child has a good dedicated teacher, shower them. Shower them. Because they care about your child. Let me tell you, one thing I have always done when my children were in school, I kept constant communication with the teachers. They know my son is Trey. That's not his real name, but he's the third. They know Trey mama don't play. They know Trey mama will come there at any drop of a dime. I'm emailing. I'm calling. I'm showing up. I want to know how he doing. I want to know what I can do to help. I want to know what you need. Because you care about my child. Them teachers know me. I be up at the school bringing Christmas stockings. What you need? Hand sanitizer? See, y'all been stopped sending school supplies. I still send them. How? Yeah, they're going to be there fussing with your child that's talking back and calling her names and putting in. Yeah, she going to lay her hands on your child because she's stressed. He's stressed. But when them children know that they have a mother and a father or a grandmother or a brother or uncle who cares, they're going to put in that extra mile for your child. And when a pandemic happened, my son had to switch to virtual. That was a lot on them, those children and the teachers. I was in constant communication with them because they was trying to get it together. My son teachers were up in age. They don't know how to teach online. 70-something-year-old teacher does not know how to virtual teach. Let me tell you, I was up at that school bringing paperwork, dropping it off to her. You don't know how to check the stuff online? Here you go. He did it online and paper. Here you go. Be in constant communication. I was trying to teach my son, listen, you have to be in constant communication with these teachers. This is virtual. Don't fall in between the cracks. You email them teachers. and you put in the subject line what this is about. You make sure you put in the body, everything. You make sure you put the text attachment, and CC me, by the way. I was trying to teach my son that if you don't show proof, it ain't happen. I had teachers' numbers. They had my number. They had my son's number. They was telling my son, text me the assignment if it won't go upload on Google Class, yada, yada, yada. We was making sure it happened. A lot of children failed when virtual classes came. Not mine. My son had a designated space in the house. When we woke up to go in our office to work, my son had to get up and go to his desk to work. He did not get on his class in his room, in his bed. You got up, you fix yourself breakfast, and you sit down. You're not wearing a hoodie. You're gonna get up, brush your teeth. You're gonna put on some clean clothes. You're gonna sit in class. This is not a game. It was a struggle because the teachers wasn't getting the assignments that he was uploading, the children was uploading. So then they put zeros, and then you like, I know damn well mine ain't getting zeros. Now my son had a little bit of slack. That's one thing you need to know about your children is know your kids. Like I go straight to my kids. Did you turn this assignment in? Tell me the truth, cause I'ma know. I've been at this computer thing before it was a computer. Did you turn in that assignment? Right? If you didn't, I need you to get it together. So, you know, with working with my son and working with the you know, the teachers and all that, my son excelled doing virtual. Excelled. So I let him go back this year, which in New Orleans, there was no more virtual. At one point, it was like, yeah, the pandemic is crazy. People are dying. Yeah, it's spreading, but they got to go to school. You know, they got those grants for schools, and, you know, let's put these kids in the front line. I'm on live. I can hear that. My son got this little pellet gun that you fill with water. I don't know, but he down there playing with it being a child. So, yeah, they had to go to school. So I had to be like, okay, Keisha, the law gonna handle this. So he went to school, masked up, you know. And I think mentally my child needed to be back. Simply because that was his first time going virtual. Not being in contact with kids. Not being in contact with teachers. You know, humans need that human interaction, and I had to realize that. I was okay with being locked up in my office at home. I was okay because I'm an introvert. Like, I didn't want to be bothered with nobody at all during COVID. So I was fine, but my son wasn't. My daughter wasn't. So I had to realize, okay, it's best for them to go back. My son excelled and still is excelling. So, you know, I had to show them with this technology thing, you know, keep up with everything. You know, they got this app for you to keep up with your grades and assignments and turning in. And I say communicate with these teachers. So, yeah, I know I stuck on that a lot. I'm sorry. Anyway, but yeah. So I'm a different breed of my children. My children are so much different than me. They're so better than me. They're so much smarter than me. They're going to do much, much more than I've ever done before. I know that for a fact. Because I'm laying a foundation. I'm showing them how to be, you know, your best self. You know, I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm not going to force entrepreneurship on my kids. Because everybody isn't meant to be an entrepreneur. See, this trend these days, everybody want to be an entrepreneur. Oh, I work for myself. I don't work for nobody. Boo. When you an entrepreneur, you work 10 times hard, and you don't know when that next check coming. You don't know when it's coming. You don't know whether it's little or big. So when you're saying you want to be an entrepreneur, just be ready. You better have some support. You better have some money saved up. You better be living with somebody. We need workers. Everybody can't be an entrepreneur. Everybody can't be the boss. We need some soldiers. We need them soldiers to run businesses. So don't knock people because they want to work a 9 to 5. How dare you? How dare you frown upon somebody who get up every day, go give people their time, their expertise to run their business effectively? How dare you make them feel bad for not working for themselves? But they're on social media acting like entrepreneurship, they rich. Child, I'm broke, still broke. I'm waiting for my miracle. I have so many hustles going on. When I sleep, I dream about a hustle. I wake up pitching the brands, sending my media kit, researching my business, thinking about the next thing. When I worked a 9 to 5, clocked in at 9, clocked out. Didn't think about it again till the next day. Being an entrepreneur is 24/7. I'm sitting here talking to you thinking about my next move. Thinking about what I got to do next week. All while preparing to have surgery that could change my life. That's the thing about black women. We carry so much weight. Nobody never know what's going on with them. You never gonna know. They work themselves to death. You never gonna know what they went through until their funeral. And you might not know them. You don't know what she going through. You don't know that she has anxiety and depression. You don't know that. You can just see her happy moments and you can see what she's doing for you. You can see that every time somebody calls, she there for them. Oh, you can see they working. They look good in the ads and they getting paid for it. She doing good. Look at her Facebook. Look at her Instagram. Ooh, look at her. She on YouTube now. The bills adding up, sis. It costs to be the boss. It costs to be the boss. Be real with yourself. I'm not in makeup every day. I'm a mother to this grown child out here that eat all the time. I have a mother who suffered from cancer for years, working, and a 9 to 5 who ain't care about her health. She had to work to keep her health insurance with stage 4 cancer. But she prayed for everybody on her job. Every day. She was their mama. She was their comforter on the job praying with the young girls. They call her mama. All while battling cancer. Chemo, heart specialists. There's all kind of doctors poking and sticking at her. But went to work and prayed over other people. That's a black woman. That's a black woman. But y'all out here praising perfection. Stop praising perfection. Stop praising, oh, all I do is work. I gotta get this money. All I do is work. I don't stop. I'ma stop when I die. Say what now? It will happen. You run your body to the ground, you will have nothing else to give. You won't. You won't have nothing else to give. Nothing. You don't stop and smell the roses. You don't drink water. You don't go to the doctor to check on yourself every year. You don't go to the dentist. You don't go to the eye doctor. You don't have a primary care doctor. I didn't get a primary care doctor till last year. I had an OBGYN since I was 18. Never had a primary care doctor until my mama passed away. But my kids stayed at the doctor. How my baby's doing? I want to make sure my children is good. But how you doing? When last time you checked on yourself? Now you got fibroids that's overpowering your whole womb. Now you got fibroids that's overpowering your whole womb. Because you didn't listen to the signs and symptoms of your body because you was worried. I'm talking about me. Because you was worried about taking care of everybody else. You was worried about perfection. You was worried about the perfect image of the perfect mother, the perfect entrepreneur, the perfect sister, the perfect friend, the perfect cousin. You didn't think about your health first. But not no more. It's all about me. I don't care what you want. I know what I want, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to sit here on a Sunday, even though I got a list of stuff to do, I'm going to watch the birds. You better watch the birds. That stuff going to be there. You better sit with your child and talk to your child and see why they're silent. Stop ignoring these kids when they're silent. Something wrong. Stop ignoring these children when they're acting different, when they look flushed, when they look bothered. Know the signs of anxiety in these children because you had it your whole life. You know what's something wrong. I know what's something wrong with mine. I got telepathy with mine and she several hours away. I called. Something ain't right in my spirit. Let me call my daughter. Something ain't right. I want to hear your voice. I'm coming to get you. I will drive. I'm coming to get you. Let's go to the nail shop. Let's go shopping. Let's go to Ulta. Let's go to Sephora. Let's talk. Let's spend some money. Let me send you some money. What's wrong? I be trying to figure it out. And it basically be living. 21-year-olds have it hard. Don't say you ain't got no responsibilities. It's easy, but no, it ain't. It ain't easy being 21. Y'all got a lot of pressure on 21-year-olds. Y'all want them to be entrepreneurs, selling lashes. Not nothing wrong with that. I love a good entrepreneurship. I love a good small business. But y'all put pressure on them to look like the perfect people. Y'all put a lot of pressure on them to be something they're not even ready for. My son's 16. Look just like the same boys that's robbing and killing in New Orleans. These children got bills to pay. Their mama tell them they got to get out there and work. They out there robbing people to get it. Y'all got responsibilities on y'all 16-year-old sons. Wait a minute. Y'all put he king. That's a king right there. That's my king. That's your son. Who is not responsible to pay your bills. Manage them. Don't live beyond your means. Stop going to the nail shop and get $100 nails. And an $80 pedicure. With a Louis Vuitton bag. You don't need that, sis. Can't go behind the Ross. And hell, city trends. If you want to look like you got something you ain't got. That's not your son or your daughter responsibility. Stop throwing your daughters on these old tricks. Stop selling your daughter to these R. Kellys. You teaching them how to lay down with men for money. But when they wake up with sexually transmitted diseases and babies and all this and that, that's what you raised. Breakfast and chit-chat. My mama never laid me down with no man for money. My mama never encouraged me to lay down with no grown man at 18 just because he was paying bills, paying her bills. It's a cycle. So now you grown and your daughter grown and I ain't laying on my man for nothing. You gotta have something. What you got? Miles on it. Daughters and your sons. So now your sons raised because they think now they gotta pay for it. I'll pay for it. I pay for it because I want it. Because I want it. They try to pay for. So when they meet a woman, they automatically, I got this. Ain't nobody ask you that, man. I ain't ask you what you got. How you doing? How your mama and them? Because that's how y'all raised them. Because my son ain't going to be with no woman who ain't about nothing. I'm sorry, man. My son ain't about to throw all his hard-earned money at your daughter if she don't want none for herself. Mama ain't letting it. She better carry her behind the school, too. She better carry her behind the school, too. Because if something ever happened to my son, she better be able to help him just as much as he helped her. Now, I ain't saying he ain't gonna never do nothing for your child. Because he gonna be the best man he could possibly be. But he for sure ain't being taken advantage of. So you could teach your daughters how to get money and how to not lay up for free. But you watch what type of man you're gonna get. Because the first time he be ready to cut that phone off, them lights off, and to tell you what you ain't got. Now, a man gonna ever be able to turn the lights off on me. Cut my phone off. Walk my clothes up out my closet. Nah, brother. That's all you gave me is investing. That was a gift, brother. It's all about your choices. My mother ain't raised me to sell my parts for money. I knew I was valuable. I knew that was valuable. But Obama can't afford that. Obama can't put a price on that. Stop putting a price on your lady parts. What's a light bill? I'll pay your light bill. How much your nails cost, sis? Let's go sit down and go to the spa. I'll get your nails fixed. And I don't want your lady parts. I don't want your lady parts. You don't owe me nothing. I ain't gonna throw it back at you when we get mad. I ain't gonna tell people in public all what I do for you. Let's go to the nail shop, sis. Let's talk. Let's catch up. Your friends could do that. You know, it's just life choices. It starts with us. Raise your children. My daughter ain't gonna never have. I have to teach my daughter real talk. Because when my daughter was younger, I was in a different headspace, right? It was do for yourself. Don't ever worry about what anybody else. Don't never let a ninja. You ain't got to worry about what a ninja doing. Do for yourself. I got you. Whatever you want, get with me. Don't lay down with no Negro. But as my daughter got older and then I went through, you know, transitions and stuff like that, Pop, can you do me a favor? My lips dry from doing all this talking. And when you finish pouring your apple juice in the bathroom, it's a little tube of CBD oil lip stuff. Drink your drink. You know, I had to teach my daughter, if somebody want to do for you and you trust them, you trust their intentions, let them. I don't want nothing else from you. They just sincerely want to see you do well. And they sincerely love you and care about you. Let them. God will show you who for you, who not for you. God will show you their intentions. Let them. Because my daughter was at a point where she ain't gonna go ask for nothing. She won't call her daughter or her daddy. She won't call her uncle. She won't call nobody. Just mama or herself. Because we here. She not gonna ask for nothing. I say, if your daddy call you and ask you what you need, baby, tell him. You gonna get it from me, Pop? In my bathroom, by my skincare, it's a little white tube. Just read it. I say, if your grandma or your uncle call you and ask you what you need, how you doing? It's just not a term of endearment. Endearment. Tell them. Don't just say, no, I'm okay. Tell them. I know I raised you to be independent, overly independent, because I wasn't raised with a man in the house. Do better. I had to tell my daughter that, listen, if someone is sincere, you know, and he offer, I ain't say abuse it. Take them up on that. It go both ways. Just take them up on that. God, don't miss your blessings. God could be sending somebody else to bless you. And, you know, during my adult life, like, you know how some people think, oh, I remember when I used to donate, you know, which I still do donate, but like I used to send money into the children's hospital, you know, Cancer Society. I used to send $100 here and there. You know, I would like donate to different things. I would, you know, see somebody homeless and, you know, I would, you know, do little stuff like that. You know, and I felt good about it, you know, because growing up, my mama would send money to little African children you saw on TV. And, you know, so I always, you know, want to give to people who didn't have. But now it's certain little things that I do to people standing right next to me to bless. Right where I could touch them. You know, like, you know, I'm not going to brag about all of it. I'm not going to even get into it because it's really not about what people know about it. But, you know, just a few examples. I was working an event and I was at the concession stand trying to get me something to eat, trying to figure out what I'm going to eat here. And just so y'all know, most fries are vegan. It's all depending on what they cook it with. So I'm like, what am I getting? Okay. And they had this young white guy in front of me. And he had ordered his stuff. And then, you know, so I'm right behind. And he handed her money. And, it's there, sweetheart. If you're in front of my skincare, the first shelf is several little tubes, white. Either you can grab all the little white tubes for me, and I could figure out which one is bottom of the skincare. One of them says lip oil, CBD. If you can't, just give me all three of the things that's white. That's a 16-year-old. It's right in his face. But anyway, so he handed her money, and she was like, oh, baby, we don't take cash. We just take card. Damn, cash ain't good no more? I said, don't worry about it, baby. At this time, I didn't know what he had. I just had a fry. I said, don't worry about it. Just when he said, are you sure? Thank you, my baby. Look at you. Look at you. Focus, sweetheart. Focus. Come here. Come here. Come here. If it was a bee, it would have stung you the first time. Don't get stung. I gave you the instructions on how to find this. Anyway, so the guy, y'all, this is Elf CBD oil. I love it. He was like, you sure? And he was trying to hand me the money. I was like, no. I said, you bless somebody else. He said, yes, ma'am, I will. That is how I give back. When God tells me to. When he tells me to. When there's nobody else looking. I don't talk about it on the internet. I don't come home and talk about it. That is what I want to do. You don't need much to bless somebody else. You don't need much to bless somebody else. It could be just as much as a coffee. Perfect example. This was so many years ago. This was when I got laid off. I started my business. This was still in Lafayette. And my daughter went to something with her friends, right? Somewhere. I don't know where. And it was just me and my son. And he wanted crawfish. And I didn't have money for crawfish. Like, I had the money, but it was for bills. But, you know, I wanted my son to have crawfish. And I'm from New Orleans, so, you know, crawfish outweighs bills any day. So, we went to this little restaurant in Lafayette. And me and my son sat down. And we was eating crawfish. And they had this little white lady and her daughter at the table next to us. Same thing, eating crawfish. And so the waitress came over and, you know, she was just asking how we was doing and everything. I was like, okay, we're fine. We're ready for the ticket. She said, it's paid for. I was like, huh? The table next to you paid for it. And I look over and her daughter was waving. She was waving. I was like, I just started like, y'all, my eyes getting teary just thinking about it. I was like all of the waitresses was just coming to the table smiling. And I didn't want to make a big scene, but I was just like, I was so grateful. Like, I was looking at the lady and her daughter. I was just like, my heart was just so comforted. And I was like, thank you. Thank you. And ever since then, I realized, bless people you can grab. You know? Let them see that there's no color barrier with love. We all bleed red. Let them know that all black people and all white people aren't bad. Show your children that. That is this world is crazy these days. Social media has you thinking all kind of hateful stuff. But show them that it's all kinds of evils, but there's good. Y'all, that day I was so happy. I got so full on that crawfish, and then come to find out he paid it all. Oh, especially when it comes to crawfish. Y'all just don't know. I was so happy about that. I was like, and my son witnessed that. Y'all, I had my bill money in the crawfish. For a New Orleans person, that's a blessing for somebody to pay for your crawfish. Y'all, that was just such a blessing. So when it's in my spirit, I do. I do. When my friends come and, we go, let's go to eat, they don't know what I'm about to do. I don't know what they gonna do. You just do what's in your heart. You don't do it with expectations of getting something back. You do it because it's in your heart to do it. It's in your heart to do it. I remember going through a phase when I divorced, and I just wanted to look a different kind of way. I wanted to look like I was grown and had money and had, and I had good credit. Still do, I went through a transition when it went whoop, and then I had to get it back. But like, I had good credit. I get whatever thing I want. Credit card. Ooh. Let's get it. Throw it in a bag. Every color. My children, me, shoes, clothes. It was so much. But when I lost my job, God humbled me. When I lost my job, and I had to downsize, I had all this stuff. And you know what the embarrassing thing is? I had to bag up everything that had tags on it and bring it back to that store. And bring it back to that store. For a store credit. Just to get it out of my house. I had to bag up bags and bags and bags of clothes. And I donated it. The clothes that couldn't be returned, I donated it. I was wearing clothes one time. Never wore it again. Because I can't. I can't be seen in that again. I bagged up so many bags of clothes and shoes. And I donated it. Because I couldn't take it on the next journey I was going. I couldn't. I don't have space. Where am I put it? I gotta downsize my apartment. And pay more, by the way. In New Orleans. God humbled me. Y'all, when I tell you, I had that credit at that store. So, for the holiday, when that time came, I ain't going to tell you how much it was. Just know it was a lot. I want to say the next few Christmases. That's where Christmas was coming from. That store credit. God humbled me. Name brand no. I just want to look good and feel good. And look like I wasn't going through it. So now, that happened 4 or 5 years ago. Now, every single year, I go through everything. And if I ain't wear it the whole year, it's gone. Now, I'm more at peace. The less I have, the better I feel. Now, my shoes ain't going, I got my shoes. I'm always wear a size 7, 7.5. But, like, I downsize on my shoes a lot. My clothes a lot. I rarely buy myself anything. Rarely buy myself anything. If I buy something, because I know last year I had to go back to the workforce. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty, y'all. Just sitting there. And when I got my check, I was like, Lord. I work in film and I work for myself. And once you get that little taste of entrepreneurship and you go back to the corporate world and you get that check, it hurt. You overwork and underpaid. It hurt. I just, you know, it was a lot. But anyway, I had to get more office clothes because I had got rid of all of that. So I had to get more clothes. And so I got rid of double the amount that I purchased. It's like, since I got more, let me get rid of some more. So now, every now and then I still go through a little phase, even though I have my once a year spring cleaning. But every now and then I just don't like clutter anymore. I don't like just stuff. And even though after the pandemic we didn't do much, and I gained some weight and then I lost it back again, it was just a lot of stuff I just wasn't wearing. I threw away a lot of makeup. I threw away shoes. I threw away clothes. I even, my boyfriend got inspired, and he threw a bunch of stuff away. So yeah, I have this house that could be filled with stuff, but it's not. I'm at peace with the minimum. Like, I want to look comfortable. I want to live comfortable, but I don't want clutter. So it's like, just saying less is more for me. Less is more for me. My daughter has been a minimalist. My daughter, she never really kept clutter. She never really held on to stuff, I take her leftovers, and sometimes I'm like, you don't want it, I'm gonna take it. My daughter, but now it's like the less is more. I can see what outfits I have. I can see what shoes I have. Oh. I can see what I have. It's not so cluttered to where I don't even know what that is. When I tell y'all, I used to have stuff that I would pack it away and not even know it's there. Who else did that? Buy stuff because it was on sale and pack it away. And you rebuy it because you forgot you had it. Who's that helping? Who's that helping? Bunch of stuff with no life insurance. Not no more. Life insurance so cheap a month. You can go to the nail shop every month and get you some life insurance. Take care of your family. My mother thought about us long before. My mama called me and my brother and like, I know y'all don't want to talk about this, but I'm about to send y'all an email. I'm about to send y'all some stuff I need y'all to save. My mama left no burdens on me and my brother when she passed away last year. Not one. No burden. We didn't have to do a GoFundMe for her funeral. We didn't have to scoundrel up money. We just had to mourn. We just had to do right by her funeral. That's it. You know how many black families can't afford to bury their family members? Get you some life insurance. It's cheap. And don't wait till you're sick, because they're not going to give it to you. When you get these jobs, it take a little bit out the check. Let them take that change out the check for your life insurance. Let them. You need life insurance. It isn't just for you. It's for your family. It's in case you can't work long term. It's a lot of this for you. It's for your family. It's in case you can't work long term. It's a lot of different. This was breakfast, but that's it for now. I keep losing connection, but that's it for now. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to try to do Write and Log on tomorrow for a live. I got some editing to do. So, nice talking to y'all. I appreciate y'all for jumping in. Thank you so much for supporting. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. Hell, wherever you're watching it, just follow me on all, platforms. I'll have the link in the description. Y'all, I'm tired just from talking. I love y'all. I don't think people tell y'all enough. I really do. All right, y'all. So thanks for joining. I'll see you guys in the next live.